How you guys doing today? Today I want to talk about 3 must-dos for great credit. So if you want great credit, these are 3 things that you must do every single day. So stay tuned. My name is Jay, and welcome to Ask a Debt Collector, a subsidiary of Clear and Strategic. Now, I've been in the debt collection industry for over 15 years. I've done it all, from management to owning 2 debt collection companies. Over the last 10 years, I've been the go-to guy for friends and family for questions regarding debt and credit. Now I want to be that person for you. If you have any questions, put them down in the comment section. I promise I'll answer those questions. Let's go. Working on your credit is an ongoing process. You're going to have highs, you're going to have lows, but as long as you stay consistent, you will achieve the goal that you want. And understand something. Once you hit that goal, it does not stop there. A lot of times with credit, for whatever reason, you may have a goal of getting in the 700 club. Once you get in the 700 club, you're like, okay, yes, I've accomplished and I'm done. There's still work to do. I always like to use analogies of sports because I played sports when I grew up, but look at Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan. When they won that first championship, if they just stopped working after that, they wouldn't have won any other championships after that, right? It's an ongoing process of building and learning and building and learning and building and learning, and it never stops. And so, as I've improved my credit score, once I got to the number that I want, once I got that credit card that I got, or once I got, that car loan that I wanted, or whatever the circumstance may be, you got to continuously work at it. And there are 3 things that you must do if you want a good credit score. And before I get into that, one of the things I want you guys to understand, and this is not for people who just already have a great credit score. If you're in the 4s, the 5s, or 6s, and you're trying to get in the 7s and even possibly the 8s, understand you have to do this regardless. Whether your score is at a 400 or your score is at an 800, the tactics and the stuff that I'm going to tell you today is something that you have to do constantly. Let's get into the number 1 option. Number 1, you need to check your credit score. I'm always wondering, and I'm not, let me say this, because I was once there. There was a point in time when I knew my credit score was bad, and typically what do we do when we don't like something? We ignore it, right? As if it's going to go away until we have to fight it. And typically that happens when you want to get a new car loan or something along those lines, and you have to in order to get yourself back and forth to work to face the situation. But I come across a lot of clients that I'll ask, is your credit score on the 4s, the 5s, or 6s? And a lot of times they'll say, I don't even know. Whether your credit score is where you want it to be or it's where you don't want it to be and you're trying to climb up, you have to check your score, right? You have to figure out what's going on. And the only way to check your score is by going through the credit bureaus. For those of you who want to do it free, I've explained this many a times. You can go through Credit Karma, you'll get Equifax and TransUnion, and then you can go to Experian directly and you'll get Experian. At least that way it's for free. You get all 3 credit bureaus and you'll have that, but you have to check your scores. And then for those of you who understand and may have the funds to do it, get some type of credit monitoring. I'm a big fan of smart credit, but nevertheless, it doesn't matter. As long as you get all 3 credit bureaus and you can look at those scores, you get the actual FICO scores, great. And I say try and get all 3. And I showed you how to get all 3 for free, but sometimes that's what it is. But you have to check your scores. I'm guilty of it. When my score is bad, I don't care. I'm not checking it, because it's bad. But the reality is, by checking that score, whether it's once a month, once a week, bi-weekly, whether it's low or it's high, it will let you know where you're at, and then obviously you can go from there. But you have to be able to check your score. Number 2, check your bank accounts, right? One of the things I always tell every single client that we have, we want to start with the foundation. We want to understand your number understand the budget, understand your bank account, right? This is a way that you can check and see if anything's going wrong. Sometimes transactions, sometimes fraudulent information will go through your account, and by frequently checking your bank accounts, understanding how much money you have in there is very, very key, right? So as we go spending the money on the credit cards, and we're using the credit cards like the debit cards, we're only spending what we have in the bank. The reality is, by checking your bank account, you'll understand how much money's in there. And if you're looking at making a purchase, and obviously you're using a credit card because you're going to get points and so forth from that, you understand, okay, I want to buy this, I have this amount of money in the bank account. As long as you have it to pay it off, you're in a great standings. But constantly check your bank account. Now, I've stated this in the beginning of this video. If your credit score is on 4s, the 5s, or 6s, chances are you need credit repair. Down below is a 20-minute free consultation with me. There is no obligation at that time spent. I'll give you great information, and then hopefully, if you want to hire an expert and the goal is to get into the 700 club, you'll sign up with us. But down below is that free 20-minute consultation. Also, I have a free letter bundle for every single person, depending on where you are. It don't matter where you are in your credit journey. You can opt in and get this for absolutely for free. You'll get a free Goodwill letter, a cease and desist letter, as well as a pay to delete letter. Now, let's get into the last thing that you have to do. It's a must do if you want to have great credit, and that is checking your credit card statements. When I say that, I pretty much check mine once a week, but I encourage you to check it bi-weekly or at least once a month, where you're looking at your credit card statements. You're looking at how much money is being spent, almost like the checking account. Similar, you'll understand what is coming out of the account, what is transpiring with regards to that account. Realizing and understanding the statement due date versus the payment due date, right? There's always a difference. The statement due date is when the creditors reported on your credit profile. I would encourage you to pay your balances at that date, so that way it will reflect on your credit profile. And typically every 30 days is when they're updating or whatever the circumstance is. So if you paid the minimum payment, you left the balance, you're gonna have to wait 30 days, even if you pay it after that statement due date, for it to reflect on your credit profile. But checking your credit card statements is vital. It's very important for each and every one of you guys with regards to that. Let's do a quick recap. You want to be checking your credit score, you want to check your bank account, and you want to check your credit card statements. This is the foundation for great credit. And then obviously there are a lot of tips and tricks with regards to building the credit and understanding the credit and getting yourself in that 700 club and beyond. And you have that. Yesterday I went live for the first time, and it was pretty cool. You know, I got some questions asked and so forth. This is something I'm going to do every single Tuesday. I'm thinking around 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time of doing that on Tuesdays. It's just questions and answers. If you guys have questions with regards to credit or debt, you can jump on there and ask those questions, and I'll answer those questions to the best of my knowledge and my ability. If you have any questions about credit or debt, put them down in the comment section. I promise I'll answer those questions. And as I always state, you be great.